What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel, guys. Welcome back to Omar BYT, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome, guys, to the match preview of the Barcelona versus Atletico second leg at the Wanda Metropolitano, guys. But before we get started, guys, happy Eid to all of my Muslim brothers and sisters out there who are subscribed to the channel, guys. Big up to all of you guys, man. I hope you guys had a great Ramadan, an amazing Eid. I couldn't basically do any videos the past 2 days because it was Eid time and I had to spend time with family and do some other stuff, and also I wasn't really feeling well around the time, so I couldn't even do a match reaction to the Barcelona versus Girona game or do a watch along for it, guys. But we are back again, guys, for a match preview of the Copa del Rey Semi-Final second leg, Atlético Madrid versus Barcelona. I had to do a match preview for this, ladies and gentlemen, because it is big. It is huge, ladies and gentlemen. We are going to the Wanda Metropolitano with a 4-4 aggregate, which basically means now that this game is basically winner takes all. Now, obviously, we just recently played against Atlético Madrid at the Wanda Metropolitano, one of the best games in 2025. Amazing comeback from the team. We won by 4-2. Can we now go back to the Wanda Metropolitano and do something similar? Get the win and reach the Copa del Rey final, guys. It's gonna be big. But before we get started, make sure you guys smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications, and let's go. Basically, as far as this whole thing is concerned, I think that both of these teams are coming into this basically game in very, very weird forms. Now, Barcelona are the team coming in form with this game. Now, before basically these games, in the weekend, both of us played in La Liga and both of us got different results. Barcelona absolutely destroyed Girona in a derby, 4-1. Amazing performance from guys like Lewandowski, Ferran Torres, Lamine Yamal, De Jong, a lot of the players that played so well. It was one of the best performances, obviously, of the season for us, and it was a very, very commanding performance for this game here. As far as Atletico is concerned, they are coming into this game in terrible form, right? Ever since they actually lost to us, they have not exactly recovered very quickly, and they did drop points this past weekend against Espanyol in the league, and basically that is almost ruled them out of the title race as it stands. But this is the Copa del Rey. Now, like I mentioned, the first leg was one of the best games in the Copa del Rey. It was 4-4. In the end, we had a comfortable lead and we ended up bottling it in the end, and it was not a great performance. I was very, very disappointed with these guys in that game, but I've been very impressed with the way we've recovered very quickly, right? We've shown a lot of heart, a lot of vigor, and if I'm gonna be real, I'm very, very confident going into the Wanda Metropolitano tomorrow, right? I'm not saying that it's gonna be easy. It's not gonna be easy. It's gonna be tough, right? It's gonna be very, very tough. But I've been very impressed with the mentality of these players, right? We recovered so well, obviously, in the game against Girona. We heard things about De Jong potentially having injuries. Obviously, Dani Olmo is out. We saw that players like Christensen and a lot of these players are not fit. And we didn't see Rafinha in the game against Girona start. So it's almost guaranteed that he will start against Atletico de Madrid, which is huge for us, right? Because Rafinha, apparently, when he came back from international break, was very, very fatigued, and that's why Hansi Flick gave him the amount of rest he did, which, I'm happy to see. I'm very, very happy to see that he's given some time to recover, because at the end of the day, he needs to come back. At his best, he's going to help us. And I was very impressed with Yamal in the last game. Impressed with him. Amazing performance from him. But I think that the one thing I need to get into when I talk about these players is that attack. The strikers. Lewandowski and Ferran Torres are in smoking form, and you know what? This is great for us. Amazing for us. So I have two players in the number 9 who are in their bag right now. Is incredible. Lewandowski's performance against Girona, 10 out of 10, right? I haven't seen a performance from him this season. I mean, I've seen him score a lot of goals, but that performance was incredible. right? And we're going to need that performance against Atletico. I want these guys to go out there and show the mentality, the heart that they showed in the previous game when we beat them in the league 4-2 at the Wanda Metropolitano. And as far as the midfield is concerned, obviously, Casado is out. De Jong was actually, rested in the game, right? So, I expect we potentially could see him start, and I think he is most likely to start in the game. Pedri obviously played, and Pedri will play in the game against Atlético de Madrid. As far as the defense is concerned, Ronald Araujo will be back. Kubashi, he's still coming back from injury. Maybe Hansi Flick might not risk it, so I think it's very likely that Inigo will probably be his partner, or maybe Eric Garcia, because Eric Garcia did also play well in defensive midfield in the game against Girona, so we could see him potentially start alongside Araujo. And obviously Jules Koundé and Alejandro Balde was actually rested in the game against Girona, so expect to see him. And that is basically it. When it comes to the Atletico team, their squad is basically fit, apart from, I guess, Koke, who's still out, but they have not, mentally they're not in a good place, so they're going to come out, and they're going to come out to play, especially when you consider the fact that the game against us in the league is still fresh in their minds. So they will want to come into this game with the idea of revenge. So we need to make sure that we are humble, we go out there with confidence, because I believe at our best we can beat them in their stadium. I've already seen it, right? However, we cannot go in there cocky, because it was the cockiness that's the reason why we're going to this second leg without a win. So I'm very, very excited, guys. It's going to be a good game. But as far as the lineups is concerned, I'm going to go quick lineup. Szczesny in goal. I'm going to go a 4-2-3-1 formation with Ronald Araujo and Eric Garcia potentially. I'm going to say there's going to be the centre-back partnership with Koundé and Alejandro Balde playing out in the full-back positions. In the defensive midfield role is going to be Frankie de Jong being partnered with Pedri. And in the number 10 role, now this is going to be big, because we saw Fermin Lopez play in the game, right? And he actually got an assist. Could he potentially start in this game? Don't be surprised, guys, if Gavi starts. I think that potentially we could see Gavi start, and Gavi might play maybe in the Pedri role, and Pedri might move far forward. So it's very likely he's going to play a midfield of Pedri, Gavi, and De Jong. And obviously the wingers is going to be Yamal, and then we're going to have Rafinha back into the squad. And at attack, I'm going to go Robert Lewandowski, because he was in great form, and I think the Hansi Flick trusts him enough to play him in this game. Now, as far as scoreline is concerned, I'm going to go 2-1 Barcelona. I'm going to say we're going to go there because it's going to be hard, but it's not going to be a crazy result kind of game, but I'm going to go confident. 2-1 to Barcelona, and we will be in the Copa del Rey final to potentially play Real Madrid, who are going to the Real Sociedad, who are playing today against Real Sociedad with basically a lead at the Bernabeu. So it's almost guaranteed that they will probably go through. It would have to take an almighty collapse for them to not go to the final. And at the end of the day, whatever happens in that game happens. We just have to focus on ourselves and reach the Copa del Rey final, and basically get one final in the bag for a potential trophy as we go to the title race and in the Champions League. But tell me what you guys think in the comment section below. Make sure you guys smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications, and like I always say whenever we end these streams, guys, Visca el Barça, Visca el Catalonia, and peace, you guys. Take care.